What are some ways in which you feel like you've gotten a little disillusioned, or some of the voices of maybe this isn't going to work out, this isn't for me, or
As
whatever?
soon as someone has like a semblance of success, I think they've got it all figured out. I'm not even joking. Like every single day, I'm like, should I just quit? Like I'm not going to, but like there's always that doubt in my mind of like, this is hard. Like I'm like this is really stressful. Like what's going on? But it's like it's always there. But I think once you've just listened to that voice enough times and been like, okay, the world hasn't fallen apart yet. I'm probably okay. You kind of learn to just be like, it's okay to doubt. It's okay to have some doubt. Like that's not a bad thing.
It's a feature, not a bug.
It just like gives you like a signal, like okay, like why is this happening? Can I find the reason why? Can I fix that? But it's like that's always. I think that's always going to be there, and that happens in that happens in a job too. People like people are like worried like, oh, am I going to get fired today? It's like it's just part of life.
Yeah, that's part of life. I
Yeah,
like how you said real job there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. We don't do real jobs. Yeah,
We don't do real jobs. So I'm thinking back to when we first connected and when we first met. I remember just seeing you on the timeline, and there was something in the tone of
mm,
your content that was very loud, for
mm,
lack of a better term,
yeah,
right? Very like authoritative, but not in
yeah,
this like tyrannical. I mean, like, no, like discerning,
yeah,
pointed, authoritative. Like, this is the way things are. Like, very, I guess, very polarizing.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and I remember reading through some of your stuff, and my initial like thought, like impression was like, okay, like, do I hate this guy or do I love him?
yeah.
Like,
Which is kind of what you want it
it
to be.
was kind of what you want. And I was like, I'm gonna send him a DM and find out. Like, I
Yeah,
literally like remember having that thought.
yeah.
So that sort of tone in your content and your prose, whatever it is, was that intentional for you? Was it intentional for you to be loud? Because I know it was for me in the first couple months of my writing. I've toned it down a little bit, but I was intentionally loud.
100%. Like there's a line right where you can push the boat out too far and you just become obnoxious. But there's a need in the online that you have to be assertive because like people, I think what it comes down to is most people don't feel like they have clarity or like a guide. And so when they see someone that gives them just a clear answer one way or the other, I think they that provides some of the clarity they were looking for and they kind of latch onto that. So I think that's one of the things that is good to do with your content. For me, I a lot of my audience always ask me like how do I write more assertively and stuff like that. For me, it kind of comes back to the selling point of like believing in what you're selling because with writing you're just selling your ideas, right? It's like I think I'm able to be assertive with the stuff I've written wherever I write because I've actually thought quite deeply about what I'm saying, right? So it's not like I'm just putting out stupid thoughts that I haven't put
Mm,
any attention to. It's like I'm actually thinking like about like, is this true? Is this not true? And then once I've solidified that in my own mind, I can be like, okay, I'm confident. Like I can write this with confidence now.
I love that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So in really understanding what you're writing, how it sort of is a piece in the puzzle, and you've thought about that bigger picture,
Yeah,
right? You've really tracked it and sort of done some of that pre-thought or whatever it is.
yeah, yeah. And you've got to because like ultimately you're putting your ideas out like for everyone to see, and if they're crap, everyone's just going to call you like everyone's going to be like, well, don't listen to that. That's idiotic, and here's why. So you've kind of got to be thoughtful about your ideas.